Hello and welcome to another one of my videos, and in today's video I'm going to be going through an auction haul that I bought over two separate incidents from the Sheffield auction galleries. I don't usually name drop. I've actually name dropped them in the past. I don't think I will be using them again because unfortunately I had to pick them up. There was a slight misunderstanding. However, I want to see if I can make 25%. I actually know the answer. But I'm going to do it in a way that's more user-friendly or viewer-friendly than last time. So let's go through it. The goal was, let's buy these lots up and see if we can cover the costs in the silver coins alone. So I go through the auction lots, I look at what's what, I do a bit of guesswork and hope that I come out on top. And then it's a case of piecing up everything else in the batch and seeing where we are. So for this 10 lots, I paid about 500. I also had to pay a friend of mine to take me there because it's not cheap. So I typically paid for food, I gave him some money, and I paid for petrol. So did I make 25% on my costs? So let's get into it. There was the 720 coins. This is an Egyptian coin. I actually asked someone about this because I didn't know what it was, and they pointed me in the right direction. Like anything like this, I think is a bit of a gimme because you can look at the color of it and you can kind of figure out if it's silver or not. It's too grubby. And a little tip, right? If you're buying from auction, see this reading here. The Cooper nickel coins that kind of look like this don't have reading. So the reading was so people didn't clip their coins. There was some 750 stuff. There's some nice bits in this. I won't go through absolutely every single bag. Irish. And this was cool. Philippines. I didn't even know this was a silver coin. It's not one I've come across before. I thought that was an incredibly cool coin. There's a lot to go through. If the video ends up being 15 minutes, I wouldn't be shocked. 0.800. Let's have a look at this. Yeah. When I was doing my bidding, this coin came up and it really threw me because I could see the outline and I just didn't know what the coin was. Another nice coin. These have all been sold. I will go through that in a bit. The rest is just Canadian bits, but they're slightly poorer examples, so I won't go through them. But I'm always kind of looking at these lots thinking, is there currency coins that I can cash in? Is there silver that I can flip straight away? What's the easy to move things? Because I want to pay for it and I want to pull my money back in straight away. There was two of these. This was in plain sight. I knew exactly what that was. Someone else clearly didn't. And this I didn't even know about. So these are 925s. This is kind of cool. It's old. Okay, it's got a hole in it and there's a 5-cent Canadian. But I'm always looking to see if I can get that edge over my competition because ultimately it's a knowledge game. There's a bit of luck involved. It's not always going to go your way. You've watched a lot of my videos, or a lot of you have watched a lot of my videos, and you know there's times where I get bopped on the nose for sure. 10 franc. These are practically 0.5. These made me laugh because when they put them on the auction, again, like I'm relying on auctioneers kind of getting it wrong sometimes as well. And there's going to be people saying, well, you complained about it recently about the auctioneer that layered those coins. When they auctioned these pre-47, I knew that there was pre-20 in there. Because I know by the monarch, they just put it down as pre-47. 835. This is predominantly French. Just check that one. What's that coin? Ah, there's a Greek coin in here. Ah, pretty sure. Ah, this is a nice coin. I'll show you this one. I didn't know about this coin. Serbia. I thought it was Ukrainian. I'm not too familiar with this type of alphabet. But yeah, Serbian. That's probably worth something more than what the guys paid, just because it's different. 917. 2 annas. 0.9. There's some interesting bits in here. I'll show you this. Again, when I'm looking at it, I know there's this coin. I know what this coin is. I know it's silver. And I know there's this coin, because I can see these coins. They will show some of the coins. They won't show them all. This is a very interesting bit. This is probably the second best coin in the lot. So this is a 10 soldi from Napoleon's Italy. Yeah, I think that's a great bit of history, that. Half time, nice rainbow tone to it. Shame about it being hold. Had it not been hold, I probably would have kept it for me. The rest are just... This, for me... I think this is a great coin. I think there's another German coin in it, but I think it's a different purity. But yeah, there's definitely money for the buyer in that. I'm not really that fussed. Like, if people make money on the stuff that I sell, then good luck to them. The thing is, that's how life works. And I know there's people that don't like that. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in, and you need to get on board with it. As long as it's not excessive. I don't like excessive profiteering, but profit's not a dirty word. If you want to be living in a more socialist country, then unfortunately you're going to have to go there yourself. I'm not really going to go through that. They're just Dutch coins. You've seen many of them. Is there anything in here? There's some interesting bits in here. So 0.5. You would have seen this recently. I got that in a deal off another trader. I wasn't too happy with that deal, but it did get rectified. 200 foreign. Part of my job is actually trying to figure all this out, and it's not always an easy job, believe me. It can take a fair amount of my time. This is a coin that I think is the pick. To Reich's mark. I think this is a wonderful coin. I don't know what it's worth. It's certainly worth more than spot what I sold it for. That's okay. But I thought that was a really nice coin. Now, if I was hungry as a businessman like I used to be, I would have pulled all the good bits out and sold the rest. But I've got to the point where I don't mind if I built up a good relationship with someone. It genuinely is okay, because you get it in other ways. It's really not a problem. But yeah, I think that was the pick. There's a few more to go through, but these are all... So these were sold practically as pre-47. Nope. Egyptian 833. I'm pretty sure that's 833. If I'm wrong, the gentleman's more than welcome to come back to me and I'll sort him out. Bullion, Mexican. The only problem is it's got some sort of thing on the back, so he's going to take that off. Again, like these, I could probably get £3 to £5 out of that coin. Again, it doesn't matter. There's only one of them. It's okay. If I was younger and hungry, I would have squeezed more out of it. But the way I've done business has changed. And also, not coins, but there was 4 silver chains and a silver pendant, which they're coming at 31 and 5. The gentleman didn't take these, but overall, the gentleman's paid me spot for these coins here. Spot came out, spot plus post came out to 625, so it's practically covered all my costs. So on this occasion, the silver has paid for all 10 lots. So now we get into the other things that came with it. I can't show you everything because some of it's been put away, such as the the world coins and the copper coins. But let's go through what else came in. So I'll start with these. I think I'm going to do well on these. I don't know what they're worth. I just know that there is a market or some form for them. When I first got this, I went, should I grade it? And I thought, it's a bit of a vanity project if I'm grading that. I think the details are great. I don't even know how this would grade. I think the surface is good, you know. You tell me. I'm not an expert on this type of coinage. But then I just pulled out the pieces that I don't even know what this is. I need to look into it. I don't even know if that's a real coin, but that might be a replica maybe? I'm not sure. I'll do some digging on that. I genuinely don't know. It's not crazy amounts. Enough to keep me on my toes. And I've genuinely quite enjoyed this. Now this I'm going to be giving to someone I know. I really like a gentleman who lives up in Scotland. He loves this sort of stuff. I'm just going to let him have it. I'm not really that bothered about making any money on it. I'll chuck it in on his next order as a gift. Now some people watching this might think these are trash. Maybe they are. But I think there'll be someone who appreciates these. It's not me. I just know they're better than just selling them for weight, you know. See if I pick it up. Oh, this I put to one side because I found it interesting because I know the location. This is a token, I guess. Sheerness, see it there? That's just down the road from me. Again, I don't know the value. If someone offered me 50 quid for the lot, I'd probably take it, to be honest, minus the Russian coin. And then you got the last ones. I think there's some real nice bits in here. I don't know why this is in here. This one shouldn't have been in here, but everything else. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have a think about these. I'm starting to get more of an appreciation for this type of coinage. I don't know how to value it properly. I do rely on the charity of other dealers to help inform me, and that's okay. So there was that. There was some UK's coinage. Again, you can just swap these out, spend them. The banks will take them if you ask them very politely. People have asked me that in the past. There was more than this. Some of it I'll just put to one side. This is what I was right in front of me when I was planning for the video. But I had 26.80 in pounds, I think it was. So not a problem. That can go back in the pot. Now for the hodgepodge of things that came in, which I'm going to have fun getting my teeth into. So let's move that. There's some replica coins. These, you know, I'm not selling these. If someone wants them for a child they know, you know, pay postage and I'll send them to you. It's not a problem. I've actually had one of these sets when I was growing up. I was up in the castle and they sold these sets and I bought one. I think it was the Newark coin, the one that's a rectangle. You would have seen these, not from me, but these are very common coins to see amongst UK collectors. But yeah, these are not really worth anything, not to me anyway. There was a stamp set. I don't know how that got in there, but that's worth about 30 quid face. Take that. Might be able to sell that. Right, let's go through the notes. The notes alone are probably worth 30, 40 quid. Got 2 of these. Let's go through the pound notes. Again, the pound notes you can swap out. Scottish note. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's nice. 11, 12. And there was one that came like this, and inside was a mint note. I don't want to. So yeah, the Scottish ones, I might just. I know people in Scotland. I might just send them up to them because I know they can do something with them. Whether or not they pay me or give it to me in trade is fine. So there was the notes in terms of the pound notes, and then there was other notes that come in. I'm really enjoying the notes of late. It's not something that I really ventured into much. Stuff like this, it's just, there's no value in this. I'll probably just bundle these up and move them along, but I'm getting to the point where I've got hundreds and hundreds of notes, and they're practically freebies, so it's going through what's worth something and what ultimately is worthless. Not worthless, but there's no monetary value. Latvian ruble, don't think this is worth anything. I think their last currency was the lats. Lira. $5,000 dinara. I've had a dinar recently. I put it to one side, but that's a nice one. Bank of Indonesia. Just quickly go through them. So there's not really any value in them. I might just put them in my collection. Like these ones are, you know, nuts. 100 francs. Don't think you can do anything with that. Argentina. So these will come in, they'll put like a note down, and then there'll be coins next to it, and it's just a case of working out what notes are worth something and what's not. Like, don't think that's worth anything. These would probably sell because they're so bright and colourful. I think the Dutch notes are absolutely wonderful. Look at this. That's a wonderful note. I like colourful things myself. So it's not really anything of value. Now this, on the other hand, I did bid on. This is worth, I don't know, 15, 20 pound. Even if I got a tenner out of it, I'd be happy. It's a 20 mark from 1944. See it there? It's not in the best condition, but there's still value in that. This stuff, probably not. So that's the notes. And then there was coins on top. So there was one of these. That's 20 quid. Easy. These I don't know much about. I need to do some more digging on that. I really don't know the value on it. I've looked at some things, and some things are thrown up 50 quid plus. I'm not convinced, but it's not my area, so to speak. One of those. Shooting. John Logie Baird. So stuff like this, it's money for nothing. Because I've made the money back on the initial silver lot, I don't need to maximise, I just need to get rid of it. So there's a 1984 coin set. There's a 1983 coin set. There's a no, it's not. It's a 1986 commemorative. I can just take that out of the package if no one wants to buy it. And then we get on to the older coin sets. So there really is a real mix today. And I don't mind it like that because there's more chance of making money when people don't really know what they're buying, as long as they know the stuff they're buying covers base. So £5 worth of Isle of Man coins. I'm pretty sure I can cash these out in the Isle of Man. Don't quote me on that. And then we're looking at 1970. 1971. 1971. 1970. Very tarnished. They need cleaning up. Are they worth anything? I don't know. I think I penciled in because I do have the numbers. I'm sorry it's taken so long to go through this haul. So I got the numbers in front of me. So the silver 625, stamps I had at 30 quid if I used them. Coin sets I had at 80 quid. The notes I had at 30 quid. The pound coins 26.80. I think there's £100 worth of weight in terms of the copper coinage. There's that much. The old currency, which is the copper coins I showed you, I put down for 50. So that's about 940-ish. I've got to take out postage costs, of course. And then you've got $13, 64 shillings, 57.1 Deutschmarks, 13.75 Australian dollars, 12.16 Swiss francs, 8.13 Canadian dollars, 60 euro cents, highlight of my day. And then there was £6 and 5 pence in Irish. Naturally, you're going to take a bit of a cut on them. I worked them out on the cut price, but I think there's about 60 quid-ish in those. So all in all, I've paid about £6.30 out, and I'm going to get probably about £1,000 back, give or take. I think it's 50 quid either way. So yeah, I did make my 25%. Absolutely over the moon on that. It's a shame I can't use the auction house again because I can't be going up collecting it. I think we left at 9 in the morning and got home at 8 in the evening. It was a long ass day. Excuse my French. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.